Hey there. Hey there, welcome, man. I just got in here because I just did a video, actually, a review, which I hope is good. I did I was kind of iffy and I did it like twice. So, well, actually, three times, not gonna lie. Anyway, tonight we are talking about the countdown to Black Friday. But before I do anything else, let's make sure. Can you guys hear me okay? So let me know because I don't want it to come off like I'm Marceau. I want to know that you guys can actually hear me. Perfect. All right, Juan, are you excited about Black Friday? Are you excited about the upcoming Vinegar Syndrome and Severance sales? Have you been looking and pondering? Now, hey there, Eddie. Welcome, man. So, as you guys know, Vinegar Syndrome shut down the website last week. So, Severance is still open for now. They're closing up tonight, I think, or early tomorrow morning. So if you want to do any last minute looks or shopping before this, well, not shopping, I'm not going to guess, before the sales sites all close up, then you're going to want to do that now. So, or the next couple hours or so, basically to look in to see if there's anything that you're interested in. Now, if you were here from a video last night, it was something very different, something kind of experimental that I did, and I will be doing this again in the near future. I'm going to be pulling in people like patrons, people, or my super chat supporters, and other people you don't know when or if. I'll probably let you know ahead of time, but you could get brought into a movie trivia night where we do a lot of different stuff. We tried with one type of game last night, and we're gonna like expand on that with a lot of other things. So if you have not seen the trivia video that I did, it was a blast. I got Nate and I got a Vanessa in here, and they well, I forgot to like actually tag on my Twitter when I did this, which is a shame. But they're probably actually resting up by now. It is this Sunday night, and a lot of people are getting ready to go back to work. And I unfortunately had to go back to work today. It was a very stressful day at work, so I'm glad to be here with you guys, who are very quiet. I must say, for like So what was I doing before I came on here? By the way, before in between making a video, I was listening to the soundtrack. Hey there, Chris. Welcome to Anne and the Apocalypse because I love that film. It may be one of my favorite Christmas films of all time, and yeah, up there with Black Christmas. So if you haven't seen Anne and the Apocalypse, check it out, and also get the soundtrack because it's really good. I still can relate to Anne and the Apocalypse this very day. What do I think the catalog slips are going to be? I am, well, Juan, that's a good question. Let's start with that actually. So, Vinegar Syndrome has four catalog slips coming out for the sale. I am pretty sure one of them is going to be for Malibu Beach. Hey there, Shadow. Do you think so too, Shadow? That one of the slips is going to be for Malibu Beach? Like, there's one with kind of red on it that kind of reminds me of like the kind of the colors of and if you have not seen Malibu Beach, it's not one of those like kind of those teen sex comedies or anything like that. Not at all. It's actually very different of a film than you think. Nightmare Sisters, yeah. I think Nightmare Sisters is finally gonna get one too. Do you think they'll go in and do like two linear Quigleys? Like maybe like a Nightmare Sisters and I'm not sure, maybe like a Witchboard or something along that line, or we're gonna get like just Nightmare Sisters this time, and they're gonna like kind of go. It'd be really neat to see one of the to finally see one of the black exploitation ones get like a really good one. Ice House is excellent, George. I got to say, thank you for watching it. By the way, um, I just finished Ice House before I came downstairs and made the review. I wanted to do it while it was fresh in my mind. I do like to do reviews pretty fresh in my head. And Ice House is released on the 24th. And if you like thrillers and you haven't checked it out, uh, definitely check it out. And please check out the video that I did. It's only 6 minutes long. Uh, Tonight, George, we are talking about a witchboard. What did I say? Witchboard? I, yeah, I meant something else. What did I mean? The other Kevin Tenney one that they put out, which I can't remember the name of right now, apparently, because they got it wrong. Yeah, so now we're talking about Vinegar Syndrome and Severin and the big sales that are coming up. Witch Track. Thank you. There we go. See, that's you guys are always here for me when I mess up when it comes to this stuff. So thank you so much. But I looked through the Severance site as well, and I'm pretty sure the documentary is the one that I want to grab. I actually looked at the Theater Bazaar. Has anybody ever seen the Theater Bazaar? Because there's the reason I'm asking. Nobody? Because I'm not a gore person. Like I don't mind it a bit, but the Theater Bazaar is a lot of gore. Like a lot of gore. Not just a little bit. I mean, like there's like needles into eyeballs and mutilation in lower regions and stuff like that, and a ton of gore. Like the gore is piled on. I guess Theater Bazaar to me looks like they're doing something that's kind of maybe inspired by the whole Grand Guignol. And if that's the case, uh, it's very interesting. If you are a gore person, you're gonna love it. But for me, not so much. How much is the Vinegar Syndrome yearly subscription? Does anybody here have it? I think Shout, did you have that? Um, Usually, are you if one if so if you're in America, then I think it's anywhere between hey there Dave, $600 or $700, American prices. So it's a lot more here in Canada for me. That's why I haven't been able to do it yet. Yeah, see, I'm not a gore person. I mean, if you're into the gore, like it's gonna be your bag, man. But if you're not, then a lot of these like titles that come out from Severn mightn't be the thing for you. But if you're a gorehound, you are set. This is your month coming up. Severn has got your back covered because they're going all in on the gore and the intense stuff. And credit where credit's due. A lot that stuff has been overlooked. And although it may not be something that I'm interested in, there's definitely a large part of the movie populace that are going to be like ready to grab that stuff. I'm I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to some of that stuff, to be honest with you. So yeah, I just watched a review of Theater Bazaar. I watched one on Brandon Tennant did around 6 years ago. Hey there, Vince. Welcome, man. And I was like, I cannot deal with that. I could barely deal with the review, uh, and that's the truth because they showed like gore and stuff in the review, and it always kind of baffles me that they'll have like that movies can have this much like gore and stuff. And that's fine to show, but you can't show like a boob. it's it is such a messed up system when you really think about it. Strip nude for your killer. Andre Bianchi had his very twisted best. I love that actually. Got the horror halfway package. So that was 300. You're in America, right? 350 American. So the yearly package for the horror one should be somewhere between 670. Might be up a little bit by now because they just recently raised their prices on a lot of their releases. You're going to notice that the prices on some of their single releases around $3 each. So it'll be interesting to see what the yearly subscription is. Maybe it'll stick at around the 675 type of range, and that means even be a better deal for people that are getting it for the next year. I personally, unless I win the lotto, and I know I didn't because I checked my lotto ticket, paid 760 for the yearly sub last year. Was that with everything? That was everything. Okay, there we go. So we got like 675 for the horror exploitation one, and we got like 760 for the whole thing. You're too young to see an adult triple X films that actually had story production value. Oh, you might. I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. Hey there, Damon. Um, these are story, like heavily story based, with a lot of the stuff that they put out. Now, heavy story based, it may not, well, may not always being like the polished silicone like actresses and the super muscular ones that you see in like some of the adult films today. They look a lot more like real people, and for some people that's actually a good thing. Some people that actually they don't like that, but overall, like you just do a little research when if you're going to be getting something in like in the adult range, and just make sure we're of age, and that it's because they do have some really good story-oriented ones. Is Don't Panic better than Cemetery of Terror? Did you like Cemetery of Terror? Really? Pretty much everybody Ken's like Cemetery of Terror. Hey there, Kubrick. Apparently, Don't Panic Ken is his best. So if Ruben Galantis Jr. is somebody like Grave Robbers is supposed to be really good. I don't have that one. Cemetery of Terror I was gonna watch tonight, but I ended up watching Ice House because I had to do a review for that, and it was a good movie. It's a damn good movie. And and Don't Panic is considered Galando Jr.'s best film. Well, we heard that earlier that they were going to go to business, but then it didn't end up happening. So hopefully it doesn't happen. You really enjoyed Cemetery. Grave Robbers was okay. So then you're in for a good time then because this is supposed to be the best. So if you like Grave Robbers a lot and you like Cemetery okay, you like Cemetery a lot and like Grave Robbers okay, then man, this is then this is for you because this is the one that people that are fans of him say, okay, this is the best work he's done. Saying you got Shadow, it was just the opposite. Hey, welcome, Josephine. Some recent first time watches. Willow. Actually, I love that film. I saw it in theater. Gregory's Girl and The Rock, Michael Bay. I've seen them all. I'm old. And I like all three. Even and I do like the Michael Bay film, The Rock. People rag on Michael Bay a lot, but actually that is a really good film. Hey, Criterion put it too. Malabimba may be a good film to start with. Yeah, mostly story with a few hardcore inserts. That's a really good choice. Uh, Also, A Woman's Torment, which is very much like Repulsion, and it has an R-rated cut of the film on there. So if the X-rated cut is not your jam, is not your thing, then you can watch the R-rated cut. Some of the X-rated films that are put out by Vinegar Syndrome, look for these by the way. They have R-rated cuts with them. So say you get it and you like the story, but you're not really into the X-rated portion of the film. The R-rated cut is there as well, so you don't need to watch that if you don't want to. Favorite Bill Forsyth film? I don't really know. I'd have to go through them again. Like I know that Sinking Feeling, which I got over there, is a big one for me. But I'd have to rewatch. So I wouldn't be honest answering you honestly. So I think we're pretty sure Don't Panic is going to be the one, aren't we? Like some people are still like holding on to that it's going to be Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2. Like they're sure. But man, those pictures that they showed online, that was a strong sense of like, oh, this is Don't Panic. So I know that if it is Don't Panic, like if it does turn out to be Don't Panic, then I got to grab Grave Robbers during the sale uh, and the VSAs for sure. Favorite full moon scene? I don't know, maybe American Werewolf from London or definitely Bad Moon Rising when you're doing that. Not the movie, but when the song's playing. It doesn't fit the dream. Yeah, I think that if they are going to do that, I think that's something that's going to go down the road. It's been a long time, Matthew, since I've seen Don't Panic, and that to be bluntly honest with you. But I don't remember much in Rubel Galandis Jr.'s work being slow burns. Um, it's not it's not like a symptoms like a Larias type of thing where it's gonna move slower like that. Too short. Sometimes it got to be shorter, Alan. It's just when it comes to me working with Streamyard, there's only 20 hours that you get per month that you can use. Then you're over the free limit. So I have to be very careful with that. I think Mary Lou will be something that might would come out, but maybe I'm not sure if it's as a VSA. No, because they got a theater release, right? So that will be like maybe like an if they get it, it's the next year release, I think. 12 Friday. I am so there, man. You guys know that what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna try to come on live here, be talking about it, so we can actually see, uh, we can actually go live together, and then do all our hunting. Do go getting our stuff. I'll have my better half upstairs, like waiting to to jump on some stuff. The good thing about me is I got the everything bundle, so I just need to get the stuff that I need. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. Oh, Andrew, you got. Oh, it's your birthday day. Happy birthday, Andrew. Everybody say happy birthday, to Andrew. Chinatown, Beverly Hills Cop Trilogy. Good films. Is, is anyone gonna buy the Franco Christmas tree topper? It's interesting. Am I gonna buy it? Is anybody gonna buy it? Hey there, Joseph. I'm sure people are gonna buy it. It's gonna be limited to 300, and there's gonna be people out there that are like that are all over this type of stuff. That they want to grab everything right away. The Spider Bundle went really quick, and it's coming back. Hey there, Griff. So I'm sure there's somebody out there who's gonna buy that. It would take. I don't. I got a limited amount this year. I've actually got a certain like price range like put aside for Black Friday, and that's money that I've been saving that I got through doing through videos like this. Uh, what do I think is going to be the special 3D Vinegar Syndrome merchandise? I thought about that, and I thought maybe it'll be the glasses, but the glasses I think are coming with the film, so it's not going to be that unless there's a special like kind of like maybe a plastic set of glasses that they do, or like a more sturdy one, or or it could be like maybe like a t-shirt, some as well. But it's interesting to see. It'll be interesting to find out. Now there could be a poster, maybe a poster as well. Cut down both Severin and Vincent's sales this time. 150 during each. I'm actually going around that price range, Griff, myself. Mine is in Canadian, so it's less money, which is true. Sad but true. I'm hoping to like to go somewhere maybe like the 2 to 250 range. Um, and right now, a lot of it will probably go towards Vinegar Syndrome, but I do really want that anthology. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is a weird little special, man. Especially when you got like Woodstock eating like turkey. That's kind of freaky. uh, so has anybody actually did a list of what they're going to be getting? Hey, they're goblins. You're like me, right? Actually, uh, I want to get the like I got the everything bundle like him. So like that Vinegar Syndrome stuff is like that stuff is set away for me. So I want to get the VSAs. Action USA. Holy crap, man! Like I'm watching like where I'm in like 2 minutes of the trailer. Like I'm maybe around 30 seconds into the trailer. It's a 2 minute trailer, and I turn to my better half as we're looking at it and say, this movie was filmed by stuntman. Like this movie was definitely filmed by stuntman. We go and check. Yes, the movie Action USA was made by a stuntman. The thing that intrigues me is that their partner labels are going to be on sale for the first time. So this might be my chance to get Alphabet City from Fun City Editions, and it could be my chance to get some AGFA titles that I've been really looking at. You shocked? Is that like the Scream Factory one? There's been some issues with that getting that stuff out, isn't that? Hasn't there? Attic Exhibition, When the Wind Blows, Beyond the Seventh Door, good one. Horse Spider Island. That's fast though, if it's just going to get there tomorrow. Um, I got to say, I've been lucky so far when it comes to releases. I there's a couple that I'm still waiting on, so hopefully I'll find out like soon with some of those. Now the thing I'm intrigued about, and maybe you guys can help me on this one here, is Severin announced the clear out section. Anybody have any idea what they think that clearance section is going to be? Last day of Barnes& and Noble sale, Criterion is November 30th. That's true. And if you're right, Kubrick, this could be the last day of the sale, as in like the last sale they have for a bit, right? I really hope that's not true though, but Barnes& and Noble going into business. Yep. So Elfit City was in August, so that's definitely there. I Start Counting, unfortunately, is one that won't be on the sale this time around, but I'm going to say 100%. Uh, you're getting the 4K of Dawn of the Dead. I'm so jealous, George. That's amazing. Yeah, the clearance section, I don't really know what it's going to be. For Fade to Black, for Vincenzo, Fade to Black, Liquid Sky, Ice Cream Man, good choices. Blood Harvest, Spookies, and the Naughty Victorians. I know all of them except the Naughty Victorians. I actually don't think I've seen that one. As far as the Shout Factory sale, you want Heavy Traffic on Blu-ray. Being There and Local Hero from Criterion. Are you getting anything from Vinegar Syndrome or Severin? See, how could you find like I Start Counting disappointing? For me, I Start Counting is one of the best movies I've seen this year. Like everybody's got different different opinions, but like 100%, like me and my cousin sat down, watched we watched I Start Counting, and we got part the way through it. We're like we'd watched like the movie Shadow of Doubt a few days earlier, and we got this has a Shadow of Doubt feel, even to like one of the scenes in the film has this kind of like when he holds her face, it's like Joseph Cotton in Shadow of Doubt. Uh, but I Start Counting went in a really different direction than I expected it to be, and not because of the twist, but because of what they did with the film. Is this could have been just your average, normal, like kind of typical thriller, and they could have went in the regular way with that. But instead, it was this coming of age film, and the thriller aspect of it, although very important, especially towards the end of the film. It's hey there, Sami. It's it's not the film. She's the film. Like the relationship, like it's real. The film felt very real and very raw to me. And Agatha was incredible. She was only like 16 when she filmed when she filmed that. The girl that played her friend was actually significantly older than her. She's passed away now. And of course, Simon Ward was in it, and I'm always a huge fan of Simon Ward. So Brian Marshall too. I say give it another chance, Ken. I think you'll like it down the road. Yes, and please hit that like button because it's very much appreciated and it helps out my channel a heck of a lot. And that way you get to know when I'm doing videos again, and I'm when I'm disagreeing with Kubrick and Ken on films and having a fun time doing it. Got quiet for a second. Pigs is in print. Okay, with Slip. Yeah, I called the twist early on, uh, but there's a couple things along the way that actually. Oh yeah, My Dear Killer is actually pretty cool. Or else, right? No, I actually My Dear Killer is one that I got on the in shame. I'm excited about My Dear. I'm excited about the Jelly box set. I think that people were that may have been disappointed with the last Jelly box set, and I actually really enjoyed the last one. Will be more like pleased. This is definitely more of like a mainstream. What's my favorite film? The Forgotten Jelly box set, Volume One. I like all three of them. I really do. But I'm not going to give you a cop answer. Probably Trauma because Trauma is the one that left me thinking afterwards about the ending, and actually talked to a couple people about it afterwards. I think I spoke with Brian Sauer from Just the Disc podcast and Just This YouTube channel now, by the way, and I spoke with Heath from Sarah Midnight about it as well. And Heath's been one busy guy lately. I actually haven't spoke to Heath in a bit. I really should. So that's something I gotta do. That's on me because he's been putting out some really good stuff. He's got the Hammer review already done. And I can't watch it yet because I got to do my review of the Hammer set. See, I like the ending like to Trauma, basically because it's so open, and we know. I think if you, without giving it away, you get like where they went with it, right? Josephine, you have a great night there. You rest up, and we'll talk again soon. Yeah, the author did play a big role, a much bigger role than is realized in the film. Am I a Jodorowsky fan? I do like his stuff, but it depends. I got to be in the right mood for it. People like Dicer Kenchik and Dominique. I agree, actually. Another Jenny Agders Award film. You're right. I actually spoke to my cousin. I actually said, they're in another film that I got. And I love Dominique is dead, or is she? Just such a cool film, and a great little kind of like a Southern Gothic thriller. And I'm a big fan of the whole Southern Gothic genre of film. So like things like that one, and oh God, what's the other one I watched? Arrow put it out. Forgotten Jelly. Do I remember the price Forgotten Jelly box set? Did they raise it afterwards? Because I know like they raised the prices on some titles. Um, if it's 70, for instance, like it'd be around 35. But if it's like around 60, it's gonna be around 30, that type of thing. Because remember, it's gonna be off the it's gonna be off the SRP price, so the suggested manufacturer, retail price, not off of like any sale price that they've had throughout the time. So like if a movie is like you've seen a movie there that's been on for like 25, for instance, and the actual retail price of movies like 29, it's gonna be like half 50% off the 29 at the 25. We're just spending. It's a really good set. I mean, I really enjoyed that set. The Mothra Steelbook is a sexy beast. My dad has that. I got to pick it up. Um, oh, for Kaiju fans, if you go to your local Walmart, the Toho Godzilla series, Volume Two. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Recommend some Giallo for just getting into the genre. Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward came out from Severin Films. That is one of the best. If you the Your Vice is Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, also by Martino, is from Arrow. That's an excellent release. I do like the Jolly box sets, the first one that came out. Now that's gonna be very different Jallo though. It's not gonna be like more the typical Jallo, but it is a fun set to grab. I do like, however, and I'm not sure how much in the Jallo vein that you're gonna get with this one, Matthew. But it is a really really good film. It's called The Corruption of Chris Miller. It it's a very different film that but very creepy in a weird in a way, like especially at the beginning there's a creepy like Charlie Chaplin-esque scene, and at the beginning of the film where the killer is dressed in a creepy Chaplin like mask and outfit. uh, Extremely well done. All the colors of the Giallo set, it was put up by Severin Films. You'll get all the colors of the dark, which is a really good Martino Giallo. You see I'm mentioning a lot of Martino stuff here, and you get a documentary on Giallo films. Argento is always good to go with. So anything along the lines of Deep Red, Tenebrae, Birth Crystal Plumage. Birth Crystal Plumage is a great start for if you're getting into Giallo. So if you can get that one, I recommend that. So there you go. That's actually some good Giallo recommendations. At least I hope it is. Yeah, I for me that film kind of goes. It hits the edge between Giallo and slasher, but I agree. It's a fantastic film. What about Toho at Walmart? Oh, the Godzilla Collection Volume Two, the Toho Godzilla Collection Volume Two, like is there. So you're getting stuff like Final Wars, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla Parts One and Two. So a lot of really cool ones. So if you had the show set, then that's a good one to go with. Oh, Dress to Kill is by De Palma, and it's a great film. I saw it in theater actually. Um, what I and when you say Dress to Kill is a giallo, like De Palma is a lover of the giallo genre. It's really not noticeable, and some of his films, Blow Up. By the way, you saw Blow Up. That's kind of a giallo style film. But Dress to Kill is hands down an American giallo. So if you want to see like the Black Glove Killer, the kind of like the sexy scenes, the perversity, then Dress to Kill is definitely along that line. I think it's another. No, actually, I do like the Criterion edition now. But I've got the Arrow edition. Uh, it's just the edition that I picked up. But it's not like I preferred one over the other. It's just with the one I grabbed because the Arrow edition was much cheaper at the time. I haven't checked out the features. I like Scarface. I wouldn't say that's his worst. He did stuff like later that, like I do like. What's the one he did in real time? I don't have Abracadabra yet, so and I haven't seen it. So that's one that's kind of outside. Hey there, Amir. So that's one that's outside of my range. So if I told you, I'd be lying to you. So I haven't seen it. Let's do that one really quick thing that I like to do once a night, and I'll be doing this as we go through because I made my first order from Ronin Flicks. And where's my Ronin Flicks order right now? It's in Carroll Stream, Illinois. So hopefully, although I won't be able to unbox most of my Ronin stuff, I'll be able to show you stuff that my better half got. But some of my Ronin stuff is going to be for Christmas, so I can't see Sleepless or Shredder or Phantom of the Opera till until Christmas. The Black Dahlia by so that's the one you think is worst. Kubrick is on a quote kick. Uh, Scarface is one of those movies that one of the greatest features of all time is the watching the featurette on Scarface that talks about the TV version of Scarface and the movie version of Scarface, and like the theatrical version where they show how they had to change the scenes and like dub some of the dialogue to change it for like like I think it was like for the Turner channel. So when it came on TNT, they had to change it. There's a scene where it's like, you don't. How'd you get that scar? You don't get that from eating pineapple. It was just really cool. I got Black Dahlia here too. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I don't remember it very well. So that's not like I'm a huge fan. Hyena of London, 1964. Amir, I have not seen that. It's only recently that I realized that Tinto Brass actually did a Giallo, and I gotta find that one. I was listening to Sam Deegan and Kat Ellinger's, I think it was Daughter of Darkness podcast, where they talked about like Tinto Brass and talked about the fact that people like don't know they did Giallo early in his career as well, and I didn't know, so that's one I want to find because I'm a huge Tinto Brass fan. I'm always glad to talk Giallo. It's like one of my favorite genres. Has there been a version? I'm mostly like online, Matthew. You probably find something like that as kind of like a cut put together. But I don't think there's one that's been released actually like legitimately. Carrie dressed to kill body double. Body double's amazing. Body double's my favorite. Now there's a Giallo-esque film too. Mission Impossible. You didn't like Scarface and Black Dahlia. See, I like Scarface, Black Dahlia, but yeah, Body Double's my favorite. Like that's my favorite like De Palma film. And next to that, it's probably Phantom of the Paradise, which I know a lot of people don't really check out that much, but I really like Phantom of the Paradise. Oh, did they put the TV? I got the Scream Factory set, and I don't think I watched the TV the set with the extended like stuff in it. So I did not know that. I've had that set since it came out. That just goes to show you, EW, how much I watch some of the feature stuff when it comes to like the bonus movie. I just watched the regular Halloween, but now I kind of want to check it out. Hey there, Dagger. Phantom of the Paradise has one of my biggest crushes of all time, and that is Jessica Harper. So, uh, she is amazing. She's got such great singing voice, and she definitely in Phantom of the Paradise. She's definitely like channeling her. Oh man, it is so well done. You might change eat my shorts, eat my socks. Yeah, that. Hey there, Jason. Welcome, man. So, what are you getting, Jason? Because you do like a lot of the different stuff. So, what do you look? What's your biggest thing for the Black Friday sale? Because I know you're gonna have different stuff. Do you know EW that I remember the airing of 1980 of 1981's Halloween? I even remember the commercial that came on before it. I was petrified, man. Uh, Two alternate versions. I don't even know what they are. The new VSA releases and the last two VSA releases that came out. You made it, Vincent. You saw Body Double when you were 11? That's pretty cool, actually. I was probably around, like, I was fairly young when I saw Body Double, actually. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Sisters. It's a great film. Is there any chance of Beastmaster 2 and 3? I don't think this time around. Uh, but, that's definitely something that they could do in the future. They're going to see what Beastmaster does first. But, I'm hoping, like, pretty much that Beastmaster sells out like rad. Uh, because if Beastmaster, like, hey there, Al, um, doesn't sell out, and Rad is the highest selling one, I'm gonna be sad, man. I actually looked at the Martial Law 1 and 2, like the trailers, because I didn't remember them as well as I thought I did. And man, if Martial Law 1 or 2, if that's like I know that's the front runner, and if that's it, I'm so excited because it's way better than the films that I thought they were. You made the smart choice, Joseph, of getting the Black Friday bundle for Vinegar Syndrome. Did you get the T-shirt too? I had to have the T-shirt. So needless to say, when I'm opening up the Black Friday bundle, I'm gonna be rocking that shirt, man. I didn't get the steelbook. I have so many copies of Halloween. That's the thing, right? But it is a gorgeous steelbook. Undefeated when the China Brown. I would love to have China Brown and Lady Dragon too. Lady Dragon's an extra good series. They should have like some enough when it comes out. But I get the one that you want right away. Put it in your cart because as you know, when it's multiple slips and stuff like that, some of those go. Look at Spookies, right? Spookies went really fast. The slips did for Spookies. So grab the one that you want right away, or you could end up like missing out on one of them. I love only like thanks to a viewer on here, I was able to get the second spooky slip because I missed out on it on the really cool sexy spooky slip. There's something about like the Vinegar Syndrome slips that get people like super excited. You saw Fade Black in theater? I don't think I saw it in theater actually. I wish I could say that I did, but I saw it on VHS. It was the first time that I saw Fade to Black was on VHS. And being a movie freak, it was like amazing and freaky and scary at the same time. Yeah, I mean like Slips really, really just kind of like helped like Pub Vinegar Syndrome on a different level when it came to this, and then because they went all in. Sisters is a great film. We got a lot. We got an eclectic conversation going on here. We got some people talking Vinegar Syndrome, other people talking about like Mary Pickford. So that's cool actually. Well, Al, the thing is that if Irwin Yablans is around, they probably will because they did say that they were gonna be doing like be trying to get as many people as possible for that. Though they did announce some of the stuff for that, didn't they? Another round of mini slips. I'm not quite sure. It'd be interesting to see if they do that again. Do you have an all-time favorite Vinegar Syndrome slip? A slip? Let's see. Probably is not. It's not my favorite Vinegar Syndrome movie though. I really like it. Pale Blood. Pale Blood is probably one of the best-looking slips Vinegar Syndrome ever put out. Shot is another one that I really like. Like as far as the slipcover. I'm not a big bootleg person. Uh, I understand it, but like if the movie's not out, Pale Blood is fun. It's different. It's a unique little film. Like for instance, it stars the guy from West Side Story as a vampire coming into like trying to find out who's this killer is that's pretending that they're a vampire. Hey, long time, yeah. Did you enjoy your Charlie Brown Christmas? Hey there, Couch. Welcome, man. Yeah, if you guys weren't here yesterday when I had Nate and Vanessa like one on one against one another for like a quiz, it was actually really fun. I missed out on the party line slipcover. No, I didn't actually. I got party line. I missed out on the Nico Mastorakis one. You saw me last night. I could have used your help later on last night. We had like a troll bop in for a minute, which always like dampens the mood for everybody. Which was longer. See, I was worried that I was keeping you guys too long because I didn't know like if you were going to be going to sleep, if Vanessa had something to do, and it was kind of last minute. So what I did was I said, okay, I'm not going to keep them too long, because I felt bad. I had a blast. It was fun. Like there's definitely more quizzes coming up. There, and it was one of those that like a lot of people saw initially. Neil Breen. I would love to see them put out some Neil Breen films. I would kill for that. For those that don't know, and you really should, if you are a bad movie aficionado, and you think you've seen bad movies, maybe you picked up The Room and you said, "I've seen bad movies." Maybe you picked up things like maybe an Ed Wood film, or maybe you saw Troll 2 and you think, "I've done it all." Then no, you haven't picked up things yet because that's what you need to see. But also, once you get to things, then what you have to do. Nathan, look this up by the way. Look up a trailer. Neil Breen. Look up Neil Breen, cause holy crap! In the Cold Night was actually cool. Though you know what bothered me with the Cold Night? I really loved Brian Thompson's character in the Cold of Night. He's not in it enough, and he is so interesting. Well, Troll 2 is a masterpiece compared to those films. Anyone. But if you can find the one, Neil Breen, here's one for you to look up. Neil Breen, I can't believe you committed suicide. Yeah, that. YouTube that. And you're gonna wanna see more. If you want to see reviews on Neil Breen's movies, then there's a YouTuber in Ontario by the name of Fan by Flicks, who does amazing reviews, and he's done the Neil Breen films. And I'm so glad that we're getting mentioned. Neil Breen, AGFA would be perfect for Neil Breen. It really would be. See, you gotta. It's Jacob. There's gotta be some special talent to do that little in when it comes to to acting. Um, I don't think I can even do it. I can't even replicate it. The I can't believe you committed suicide. I can't believe you committed suicide. I do actually. David Hebner's like his action films. Yeah, that's most of the stuff that I've seen with Hebner. Crash is gonna be good from Arrow, that's for sure. And Criterion's got a great edition of Crash too. Um, what's my opinion on the Hot Tub Time Machine films? They're okay. I mean, like they're more mainstream. Same with Sharknado. Sharknado is a movie that that's just it's meant to be bad. So you don't really take them as much as they're fun films, but they're sci-fi films really. Completed six full feature-length films. So yeah, and not only that, but he's played characters from Aliens to the guy that takes on the government to wearing way too little clothing in in some scenes in some films. We'll say that. But I would love if somebody if like Vinegar Syndrome or AGFA or any of them said they're going to do a Neil Breen collection, I would buy that. he's done a he's done a full filmmaking course. He does spend money on it. Snakes on a Plane was great marketing. The Hip Hop Witch and a Crack in the Floor wasn't that bad. Like, there's a lot worse movies than A Crack in the Floor. Have you seen Things? Or Neil Breen? You see Neil Breen? That's or some of the Al Adams films that I got. Well, he's kind of one man. He's a one man operation. He's got no company behind him. I'm sure if like a company like Vinegar Syndrome or AGFA or something like that came up to him and said, "Hey, we like to put out your films," I don't know. I mean, I don't know a lot on the Cauldron releases right now. Like the two new ones coming out, I'm interested in them. I'd like to have them, but it's just been at this point. The Cauldron releases have been too pricey. Same as the imprint. I would kill to have an imprint release. I would love to have the Hammer horror, like House of Horror release from imprint, but it's so damn expensive to get. Even though it's Australia and their dollars like pretty much the same as ours, like to ship it in, it's just the same pricing right now. Yep, make your own damn movie, and he also did a documentary on it too. Six is really bad, the clown one. It's still they're way worse films. They're digital. Well, they had been on digital. Like Neil Breen's, like it is a cheaper type. He does them himself, shoots them on digital camera. They would be hard to remaster. That's the thing. I guess they're hard to be done. Tommy Wiseau does seem like a nice guy. I still say that he's secretly the son of Renee Harmon from Lady Street Fighter, which, by the way, everybody should own from AGFA release. Because if you don't have Lady Street Fighter, definitely what you should get. Any guesses on the last Severin reveal tomorrow? You know what my guess is? It's a souped up re-release of something that they put out early on. So it could be like something like a Bloody Moon or something like that with the new remaster and special features and slipcover and that. Because one thing that I noticed when I was reading through Severin's, you know, Black Friday, hey, mid-level, welcome, man, specifications. When you could get the films, right? The 8 films with the question mark there, right? Oh no, wait. Or you could buy the 7 films. You could buy all 7 films and leave out the audio tape, I guess. The audio, to get them that way. I don't know. I think it's going to be something that we're not expecting. Just Franco, maybe. They did mention that they had a lot of Franco, so I'm going to say if it's done, maybe a Franco. Old and British. Is there anything Tygon or that they haven't put out yet, or Tyburn? Well, mid-level, we're getting ready for the sale, man. I'm super stoked about it. And of course, don't forget 101 Films. Their black labels are going to be on sale for $9.99 on Black Friday as well. So if you're looking to get 101 Films releases too, there's stuff there that that'll be like interesting and look into. More Frank was definitely always a win for me. Like my good friend Brian Sauer is not the hugest Franco fan. I'm still trying to win him over when it comes to Franco. Um, I sent him like the picture of the Franco tree tower. Said you got to have that for Christmas. Uh, but eventually I'll win him over. We're going to be doing something soon together. Actually, I'm collaborating with Brian on something in the near future. Oh, mid level, it's going to be a great sale. Are you into like Vinegar Syndrome? Because if you are, this is the time. This is gonna be a good one. Severin, if you like the gore stuff, Severin's gonna be good for you this time around. If you're not a gore fan, it may not be as great of a sale. The Creme looks interesting. The German Creme, not my favorite like film, but it's one that I'd be interested in getting. But as for like it's the documentary that gets me for that one. The only thing you're interested in is Dracula film. That's not. See, for me, Vincent, like I know like it's got Herbert Lom and it's got Christopher Lee and like all these actors, but for me, like Dracula isn't even his best Dracula film. Like his best his best vampire film. His best vampire film for me is Vampire Lesbos. I think that's way better with Sarah with Soledad Miranda. Um, any recommendations? So which ones have you got so far, Middle of Media? That's the best way to go about it. That'll give me an idea of what type of Vinegar Syndrome titles you like. Um, because I'm not going to recommend something like Justine for you if you're not into adult cinema. And I know Justine's is a different one anyway. But things like Incubus, I would definitely recommend. That's a that's a really good Vinegar Syndrome title. So it's a pair trailer. That's one of the newer ones. Oh, the trailer. There's much worse like trailers, Nathan, than the Twisted Pair one. Let me put it this way, Nathan. The Twisted Pair trailer might be one of his more accomplished films. Let that soak in. Go for the Artie Vinegar Syndrome stuff like Passing and Dakota. There's a master of cinema. That's what most people say when they think of Neil Breen. Master of cinema. So let's see. Vinegar Syndrome titles that I could recommend. The Amityville House set. If it's not sold out yet, yes, that's it. 100%. 100% that's it. Thank you. Yeah, I had a blast with doing the quiz thing. Thanks to Nate and Vanessa, who definitely stole the show, as they should, because they're the ones doing it. I don't have Severed Arm. That's one that I really want to get. I don't think that's gonna be on sale because it's a newer one. Got Bloody New Year and Tammy and the T Rex, which actually just done to Tammy and Trevor. Bloody New Year. So like Norman J. Warren, Bloody New Year's fun. Prey is his best film. Hold on, let me grab some Vinegar Syndrome. I'll give you a real quick thoughts on a couple of titles. I'm back. All right. So, titles that you should have from Vinegar Syndrome. These are the slipcover ones because they're just easy to grab. Spookies. Not only is this an excellent, fun, crazy film, but it comes with not one, but two documentaries. One on the making of Spookies, which is fascinating, and one on Vipco, which was a company in the UK that were putting up video nasties at a time when video nasties were probably not supposed to be put out, and it is super fascinating. Have I seen Sniper with Tom Berenger? A long time ago. It's actually like 6 or 7 Sniper films I know. Beyond the Door 3 has nothing to do with Beyond the Door 1 or 2 because none of those films have anything to do with one another except for having the same title. But this is a kind of a fun little film. It was called like a mock train, which was the actual title of the film. I think it's Is it Bo Svensson in this film? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, Bo Svensson. There's actually a good interview with him on here too. But just a really fun film. And although the slipcover's gone right now, there's a reason that was interesting. Part 8. Berserker is one that I actually really, really enjoy. It's the one that has the pig fly the wall type cover on it. Anyway, so it's a really good title. A lot of fun. George Buckflower is in it, and one of my crushes when I was younger, Beth Toussaint is in this as well. So if you've never seen this one here, mid-level media, it's a fun little thriller. And basically, is it a bear that's doing this? Is it a Viking berserker? Is it something else? So you get people, these that go out to this cabin in the woods where they're, typical thing, right? But and something is hunting them, something's picking them off, and it's different than what you think it's going to be. Highly underrated film, and I'm so glad that I got this one. Sometimes I think Vanessa you enjoy. Oh, any of these here, like these titles here, are actually what I'm putting down here are actually really good titles. And by the way, as I'm going through these, I'm going through them fast. So stop me, ask questions, and say, okay, what would be like? What's a good title? Corruption of Chris Miller. So this is a Spanish giallo of sorts. It's much more of a thriller. It's a character piece. It really works with there's three like main actors in the film. There's these two girls and there's this guy. Now at the beginning of this film here is there is a, as I mentioned on it earlier, is that there's the killer wears a Charlie Chaplin translucent type mask and Charlie Chaplin outfit, and there's a pretty brutal murder at the beginning of the film. That's definitely kind of like a way to go, and a bit of shock value. Exploitation. So, Nathan, as you know, Vanessa's Canadian like me, so we kind of rock that way. So you got to watch some exploitation with her. And one of the greats in exploitation is Sudden Fury. This is a really good suspenseful little thriller. Again, dealing with I don't want to give too much away on this one, I really enjoyed this one. Unfortunately, one of the actors that in this film, the one that plays the kind of the bad guy in the film, he passed away the year after that this film was made. He had a promising career too. The other actor in this film, what became a very famous voice actor in cartoons. So he did like a ton of them, but one that I can remember right off the top of my head is the voice of Chief Quimby in Inspector Gadget. I'm not even joking; he really is. So Sudden Fury, because you got to watch some exploitation, and this one is definitely top of the list. Really good film. Because I know you guys like some of the fancy stuff, the big actors. So what if I said that there's a Vinegar Syndrome title that is John Cassavetes, John Ireland in it, and it's directed by John Hoff. There is a Mayor Quimby in The Simpsons, but it's Chief Quimby is the guy from Inspector Gadget. And come to think of it, maybe they took it from there. This is Incubus. It is a really cool little film, very stylishly directed, very well done. There's some really great camera shots within this film, including one going under a door that I really enjoy, and an opening sequence that makes it look kind of like a stylistic slasher film. But I definitely recommend Incubus. Demon Wind is a ton of fun, and I definitely would recommend that. So many Johns in this one. Okay, one more of like a serious film. It's Roger Corman. No, no, Incubus is directed by John Hoff. That's a different Incubus you're thinking of. A very different film. Or any other companies? Yes, Dave. 101 Films is having a Black Label Black Friday sale, and the Black Label is their premium titles that they put out with a lot of different special features. Looks like a heavy metal cover. It really does. And even looking back, man. Um, so the 101 Films is putting out something too. That's the only three that I know as of now. And of course, if you like T-shirts, Fright Rags, man. Here is. Did you ever want to strangle your mother? No, it's not. It is called The Killing Kind. It's a really cool little film. And speaking of like having big stars in their films, this one stars John Savage. Not like as a small. John Savage is the star of this film. And Southern in her last role. We got Ruth Roman in this one here. Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley's in this movie. Just a really cool little film. If you've seen the movie Night Tide, that came out, it's the guy that directed Night Tide. Night Tide directed this one is Curtis Harrington. Really, really intriguing film, and a great little thriller. Now I'm going to give you some black exploitation genre. Penitentiary 2. Penitentiary 1, excellent film. Penitentiary 2, it's insane, and you're going to love it for that. Not only does it have Leon Isaac Kennedy as a two suite, but we got, yes, you can see him, Mr. T, and we also get Ernie Hudson replacing the actor who played the villain in the first movie. The first one's pretty good, actually. It's more serious, but this is actually super cool. Norman J. Warren's Prey. You got Bloody New Year. That's probably one of his most fun films. One of his most accomplished film. The thing that was like directing wise was probably one of his best films put together. It's Prey. This one right here. I have seen Welcome Home, Brother Charles. Hey, Daniel. Daniel does Cobwebs podcast, by the way, which all you guys should be listening to. I was actually listening to one last night. The first one's really good too. I just wanted to pick one like at random, and I know the second one's more crazy and insane, so that's why I put that one up there first. But Prey, check those down. This Nathan, by the way, another one. I'm gonna give you like a list. You're gonna have to choose. But a Barry Stokes, Sally Faulkner. I'll get that one these days. First day new tongue, and Gloria Annan star in Prey, and it's a really cool little film. Hey there, Paul. Welcome, man. Earlier released by them. This doesn't have the slipcover anymore, but it doesn't matter. It's still a really good film. Is Psycho Cop Returns? People still pass up on Psycho Cop Returns, and that's a shame because it was directed by Adam Rifkin, and It's pretty much like the people think it's Maniac Cop, but it's not. It's kind of like Maniac Cop. It's more, well, think of it as a more comedic version of Maniac Cop. A really fun little cheesy little thriller. Somebody mentioned Demon Wind, which I would also recommend if you want like kind of a really cool, kind of insane, low budget, like Evil Dead type of knockoff. It does have Bob Vance. You're correct. So their offhands are some, oh, just some of the titles that I can recommend, and so there's a few that right there. So hopefully some you get at least some out of that you like. Obviously, over the last 5 years, I have like reviewed a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff, whether it be here or on podcasts, but or just like just random reviews. So it's a company that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and that I can say like I know I definitely know a lot of a lot of their titles, even before they come out. Sometimes not like I don't know what they are, but I mean when I hear them released, I'm like, yeah, I know that one. So hopefully mid level media that helped you out a bit. Raw Force, definitely Raw Force. I love Escape from New York and They Live. Malibu High is an excellent film. It is not at all what you think it's going to be because thank you, Milo. I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely check it out. Cause this. Okay, this is Malibu High. What do you think this is about? Like, if you've never seen this film, what do you think this movie's about? Are you thinking maybe it's like some Porky's film or like Lemon Popsicle or something like that? Are you getting kind of like maybe it's a meatball style film? Maybe it's a wacky thing? Maybe it's like it's not actually. You think it'll be like a beach high school type of movie, but no, it's about a girl named Kim that's played by Jill Lansing, and she starts off like she's like having some hard times at home, and she goes to like goes to talk to one of her teachers, tries to like basically uh, seduce one of her teachers to get like a better grade, and that starts uh, a spiral, a downward spiral that leads to assassinations and just it's a really really well done like really well done film. It's way darker than you think. You go in, you see this here, and you think, wow, this is going to be a fun little film, and then you get this really cool like dark kind of like almost kind of like seedy type of like film. And I mean that in like as hey there, Richard. I mean that in like in a good way. I don't mean like seedy and like a bad, it's a sleazy type film. Yeah, no, I mean like here's a girl that starts out like she's doing one thing, and she gets into I don't want to give too much away, but it's a really interesting film. It definitely does. By the cover, like Barrett, you're 100% right. It does look like a Porky's 2 type of thing, but when you get the film, it's extremely not that. It's not a TNA film at all. It's the opposite of what you think it's going to be. It's a very misleading cover, but it's a cool looking cover, but it's definitely very misleading. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, there's somebody said dwarf exploitation, um, uh, but yeah, if you've seen Angel with Donald Wilkes, it's more along the lines of Angel. And if you know what Angel is, basically, Hollywood hooker by night, schoolgirl by day, uh, then then that's what you get. Then it's that style of film. It's got a bit. you know, the street. You know, there's a lot of heart to it. There's a lot of like. I missed a lot of your comments here. I still can't believe somebody said dwarf exploitation because I really don't know anything about that if it's a genre. I do have Sinful Dwarfs though. Sinful Dwarf. Oh, it looks like Pinball Summer. It does, and it's not at all like that. You got a little bit. We had a little bit of snow here, Elvin, but it actually kind of just like went right away. Oh yeah, Dave. Like Arrow's one of the best places to get Giallo films at. They just do some great stuff. Death Force Vampire is actually a really good double feature. And that is right here somewhere. Can't see it right now, but I got my double features here because I've only got a couple. Oh, here it is. See, they put out like these double feature ones here as well. This is the Driving Collection. These are actually super cheap, by the way, when they come out. These are like what, like 750. And this is Death Force and Vampire Hookers. And what's really great about these is both of these are directed by one of mine and my better half's favorite exploitation directors, a guy by the name of Cirio Santiago. I do like Pledge Night, but I don't own it yet, man. I have not seen Pledge Night in years. Uh, oh, Nathan's going out. Oh, have a great evening there, Nate. I kept you up late again, did I? I apologize. It is a good one, isn't it? It's a fun one. See, Cirio Santiago is one of those guys that I do have a lot of fun with. He's one of those directors that I look for. You put it like what's it, Mothers? You know that? Remember that one? That was a really fun film as well. If you haven't got that one, definitely check that one out. Pledge Night was a super fun film, but I haven't seen it in years. I need to see that one again. Will that be on sale? You have yet to. It's cheesy, man. It's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be super cheesy, but I think you'll like it. That's a random question. Sure, ask away. I'll do my best. I can't always say that I don't know the answer, but we're getting near the end of the video, so ask soon. Um, I do have to work tomorrow, so but I do want to like come on here and like I promise you guys that I'm trying to do a video every day to Black Friday. So we're gonna get recommendations. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of. My better half does like Hunger Games. She's seen more of them than I have. I watched the first couple, but I haven't seen them all yet. Maze Runner, I haven't seen much of, but I know they're popular. Oh yeah, Pledge Night came out last year. Okay, the Sunset Shore. For adult films, Peaches, Pretty Peaches. Pretty Peaches one, the trilogy is really cool. So there's three of them, and I is it Gerard Damiano that did Pretty Peaches, or am I thinking of somebody else? Who directed Pretty Peaches? Now it's an adult film, so not one for you, Barrett. But it does actually have kind of a neat little kind of comedic story to it. Alex Lorenzi, that's who it was. Why do I get him and Damiano mixed up? But I do actually, I do sometimes. No, I think Alex Lorenzi did all three of them. Because that was his trilogy. It was a Lorenzi trilogy. The third is like insane. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I'm going to try my best to do a video every day right up to the Black Friday sale, even on the night of the Black Friday sale. On the eve of Black Friday, we're going to be here guessing and discussing stuff. We're going to be talking probably tomorrow about that last Severin announcement. Thank you, George. Thanks, guys. But right now, I am Aaron. You are the Cult of Cinema. To my Patreon subscribers, the Crimson Cult, thank you so much. We will be doing a quiz sometime in the near future as well. So we'll look out for that. And guys, You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining me here in the movie library, and I will see you very, very soon.